Hi everyone, I'm Tweak, the director of Beneath the Tangles, and I'm here today with voice actress Macy Anne Johnson from the new Funimation series Akudama Drive. It's good to see you again, Macy.
Good to see you too. I'm happy to be talking to you today.
Yeah, thank you so much. As I introduced you here, I almost introduced you as Funimation voice actress Macy Anne Johnson because you've done so much work with them the past couple of years. But actually, that kind of makes me wonder, voice actors are kind of independent contractors, is that right?
Yep, I'm a contractor everywhere I work.
Okay, yeah. So you've done some work with Funimation. You've done some work with video game studios, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here actually to talk about a new series you have with Funimation again, which is Akudama Drive. I just finished watching the second episode before we came on here. So I wonder if you could just tell our audience a little bit about the show and then also about your character.
Yeah, so Akudama Drive is a new show. It has a very cyberpunky feel, and it takes place in this dystopian world where there are these criminals called Akudama, and they're almost famous in this world. I guess infamous might be a better word. But in the story, all of these Akudama, I won't tell you how, but they come together, and there's one character, ordinary person, who is just an ordinary person, and she's kind of thrown into the mix, and she takes on this role of pretending that she's one of the Akudama. And that's the character I play. So that's super fun, is like she is not a criminal, but she has to become one and act like one.
That's really interesting. And they refer to her as Swindler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're the thief.
She definitely swindles them into thinking she's a criminal, so if nothing else.
I kind of got, you're right, you got this it's a cyberpunk show, but I also get it kind of reminds me a little bit of Suicide Squad because your main characters, yeah, they're all bad guys, and pretty violent. I mean, it's an intense show.
There's a lot of murder of
A lot of murder.
people.
It's definitely I don't I would say it's graphic, but it's not like gory or anything like that. It's just I guess. Before we came on, I asked you this, and I wanted to kind of dig into details a little bit, but with COVID this past year, recording has kind of changed for these shows. You're not going into the studio anymore. You're doing remote recording. So how's that been working out for you?
Yeah, remote recording has been, when I first started doing it, for the end of Smile Down the Runway was kind of when I first started remote recording anything. It was so challenging and so difficult just because not getting we still get direction, of course, but just not being able to see people and not being able to see your engineer and your director, it felt like there was more pressure on me, even though there definitely wasn't. There were the same amount of people still in the Zoom room. The room was there, but I've started to really like it. It's something it's never been taxing to drive to the studio, or put on nice clothes, but it's very comfortable now, and yeah, I feel like we get a lot done, and I think I'm getting better at recording remotely than I definitely was in the past. So it's definitely a skill, and I think I'm doing better. I like it now.
In my workplace, I think we're thinking about how our Zoom meetings and so forth are going to affect how we do things in the future, and more people stay home and things like that. Do you think that this is going to impact the industry going forward?
I kind of want it to, because so for Akudama especially, there's voice actors from LA and New York working on the show who, that if we weren't remote recording, might not get that opportunity because they couldn't come into the studio. So for that purpose, I hope we can do a lot more remote recording, and actors from around the world could be acting for different people that they might not normally get the chance to, which is such a cool opportunity to work with these New York, LA actors. Is really fun.
That is interesting. I don't know enough about the industry, but I've just been thinking. You mentioned you've got actors from the coast, and also not just the Dallas-based actors. But then you also have the news recently of Funimation and Crunchyroll coming together.
Yeah.
Based in California, they have some of their own productions also, and so it does feel like the timing of it all, a lot of different talent being able to come together on these shows, and I think that's good for you all. One thing that is really fun for me to see is to see everyone interacting on Twitter, like the voice actor community, and how friendly everything is. I saw it this morning from someone else who, like you, does acting, outside voice acting, stage acting, and things like that, and they mentioned how it was really difficult for them. Maybe it was in film roles where it felt a little bit more dog eat dog. But in the voice acting community, there's so much support among the community. I mean, is that kind of what you've experienced?
Definitely. Everyone's so kind. Like, especially like the fans of anime are always very kind, but voice actors support each other like nothing I've ever seen before. It's really awesome. And I always feel so invited into like these casts and people that have all these credits that I think are so impressive that I'm just like, wow, you're so cool. You're going to be nice to me. It's a really cool feeling.
As you, I don't know, but as you continue to do more and more of these roles, I mean, this is another lead role, and when things get back to normal and you're kind of in community with people again, I think people are going to be like, "Wow, Macy's so young," and I wonder if they're going to like, be like, "Oh, like see as their kid sister, got to take care of you that way," because it really does feel like kind of.
Yeah, I'll take all of the taking care of me I can get, honestly. I need all of the help I can get.
You're still in college, so trust me, once you graduate, it like ends. It's like, okay, real world. No one takes care of you. No one cares anymore. Maybe
Deal with that.
freshmen, like that's all the freshmen coming in. Let's take care of them, and then it's like, well, you're a little bit older now. Well, getting back to Akudama Drive, I mentioned the first episode. I've seen 2 episodes now. You mentioned the cyberpunk kind of feel, and I think it's really interesting that you've taken a number of cyberpunk roles in anime already. That's I think a lot of people probably know you from Smile Down the Runway, but
Yes.
other series also, a lot of sci-fi stuff. You've done games that have that sci-fi slant too, and I wonder if you are a fan of sci-fi in general.
I'm not. What counts as sci-fi?
Good question. Well, what are some things that you like that are kind of around that genre, like some?
Okay, I love Star Wars. I kind of grew up on that kind of stuff. Does that count as sci-fi?
Yes, it does.
Then yes.
Love Star Wars. Star Wars is one of my favorite franchises. All right, so what's your? I think like I'm gonna guess something.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that your favorite kind of trilogy out of the set of trilogies is the most recent.
The most recent Star Wars?
I mean, the most recent, like Force Awakens, that new set of trilogies.
No, I can't say it is. I think and honestly, if I had watched all the Star Wars movies right now, that one might be my favorite one. But I just have so much nostalgia with the first ones that came out. Not not the prequels, but like the first movies that came out.
That's awesome. So maybe I misjudged you. She's so young. She won't like the old ones with Luke and.
They're the best. Yeah, those because my parents showed me them when I was little, and my brother was like fixated on Star Wars for so much of his childhood that I just had to get into it too.
That's awesome. So, so that's definitely in the sci-fi realm. What are some other kind of franchises or things you like? And it doesn't have to be sci-fi or nerdy stuff. I mean, are you into Marvel? Are you into? I mean, what kind of things did you grow up on or enjoy now besides Star Wars?
Things I grew up on. I've never been a big Marvel guy. I love the X-Men though, so that might be my exception. Which, to tie it back to Akudama Drive, I love like that team thing that happens. It's just kind of similar.
Yeah, you got some pretty deep nerd cred. I'm a little surprised.
It could get worse for sure.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. That's good stuff. All right, so in X-Men, who's your favorite character in that kind of whole universe?
Oh my gosh. Who's my favorite in the whole thing? This is a really, really hard question for me. I always, like, if I could be one of the X-Men, I always wanted to be Kitty Pryde. She's, like, the coolest, right? And she can, like, she's a cute little name and can go through walls and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
That's a pretty good ability there. What about shifting back to Star Wars? Do you like okay, say you were a Jedi. Are you more attracted to the Sith or to the Jedi?
Okay. Han Solo is like my favorite character.
Mine too. I love.
He's the best.
Yes. Yeah. You once again, you know what he is? He's a swindler.
He's a swindler.
You were born to play this role in Akudama Drive. You know, this is right up your alley. Oh, very cool. Yeah, no, he's great. I grew up a huge Harrison Ford fan, so
Such a cool guy.
awesome stuff. So how about like fantasy realm? Like when we're often kind of goes into fantasy, so we got stuff like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. Are you into any other franchises also?
I love the Lord of the Rings movies. My favorite like fantasy thing though is the game Skyrim. Have you played Skyrim?
You know what? We talked about this before. No, I haven't.
I always bring up. It's my favorite game ever. I love Skyrim.
You still play it? I don't even know. Like, is it do people play it online or is it just kind of a?
It's just like a single player open world game. I'll play it sometimes when I've played that game to death though. It's like there's nothing left in Skyrim for me to do, but it's fun.
Have you done any type of gaming lately? Are there any games you've been playing, mobile games or computer?
I've been playing the first Borderlands game. Just like I found one at a half-price books, and I've been playing it, and that's fun. But I haven't been playing any new games. A little Genshin Impact. Have you tried that one?
Yeah, I did.
It's fun.
It is fun. I like that one, and it's so wildly popular. You know, I post illustrations from different artists about, and Genshin Impact always gets like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of notes. Like that's series. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
The voice acting is really good in Genshin Impact. They do such a great job.
Did you try to get one of those roles?
Oh, no, I didn't audition for it. I never auditioned for it, but I like it a lot. It's really good.
How do you find out about like roles that are up? I mean, is it just word of mouth, or are there out there?
Usually, there's like directors will have email lists, so you'll get an email if you're on that list, or maybe if specifically a director is interested in you, you would hear about an audition.
The director for Akudama Drive. Have you worked with this director before?
Yes, it's Brittany, and she's amazing. She's an incredible director. I feel so lucky to get to work with her.
Oh, very good. So, and like you said, when you're doing like recording, it's a Zoom session, so they are live and kind of directing you while you're recording still.
Yeah. So we linked up on Source Connect. It's like, do you know about Source Connect? It's a lot like Zoom, but it's just audio, and it's just a way to transport really high quality audio so that they can edit my audio from what they're hearing without any like glitches and things.
Did you have to buy new equipment or something like that now?
I have been upgrading my equipment just to like kind of get on a more competitive level, you know, where I have this stuff that can compete with the really good guys and stuff. So yes, I've been upgrading a lot.
You're really good. But good. Okay, well, and finally, we'll circle back to Akudama Drive since we're talking about the direction here, and as we kind of close this out, we let our listeners and viewers know where they can watch it and what the kind of schedule is of release.
Yeah, okay, you can watch it on Funimation, and it's coming out every Thursday, I believe. And 2 episodes are up now to watch, and the rest will be coming on other Thursdays. So yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's an incredible show, and I'm watching it in Japanese too, and it just continues to get better. So there's a lot to look forward to.
Very cool. Yeah, I surprised myself at how much I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I saw that came out last season. I was like, it's probably not my thing, but just watching the couple of episodes, it's really a lot of fun. I mean, I'm surprised how much I'm liking these bad guys, and and I'm also interested in what the story's all about, what your character's role is in all this, and how she's getting pulled in. So it's an interesting series, and I encourage everyone out there to go check it out. Definitely on Funimation. Macy is active on Twitter, so go check her out. What's your handle again, Macy?
Okay, I'm Macy Anne, but it's MacyYyyanne. Like 3 Y's and an E. I'm not making it easy for anyone.
Yeah. And it's the same thing on Instagram too, I think. So
Hmm.
follow her on those pieces of social media, and check out her work, and check out Smile Down the Runway also, and
Yeah,
and definitely support her. So thank you again for joining me today, Macy. And
of course.
all right. Well, all right, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Check out Akudama Drive, follow Macy, and we will see you next time, everyone. God bless and take care.